today we're going to replace a motor on our Gorlitz drain machine. We think it was from being plugged into a faulty power source, because we had another technician with another Gorlitz machine do the same thing, and his motor started acting up, but he didn't leave it plugged up as long, so his machine is okay. The first technician, he had his plugged up for a long period of time, and it ended up making the machine start smoking. So we're having to change it out. So we're going to show you how we do that. All right, so we got our machine totally stripped down, and we were waiting on the motor to get here, and it only took about a week. We live in Mobile, Alabama, and they are in California, so it was a really quick turnaround.
All the wires that makes it work. Also make sure your key stays in there, because that will come out. That's why they come packaged, so that won't fall out. That right there is what your dry pulley goes on. We're going to remove it for now so we don't lose it. Always put the lock washer, the inner nut on the bottom, because they do vibrate over time and they can come loose if you're not careful. Which we won't tighten the motor all the way down until we get the belt, the pulley, everything on, so we can make sure it's in line. Because if we tighten it down now, it could be out of line, which will cause it to throw a belt off. So you want your final tightening on the motor to be the last thing you do once you get everything lined up. Better screwdrivers. All the wiring is buttoned up. That'll go in there once we go to do the plate. Like so. But we're gonna run a test before we, like I said before we get too far into it. There's and forward. We'll check the reverse. Roll in reverse. Good. just gonna be stuffing the wires back in.
So we do have to get the pulley off the old Gorlitz and use it on the new motor. So this is what we did in order to get that pin knocked through there. We set it up on our vise like this, and it has to have room to come out at the bottom. You see that? That's to come out. So you got to set it up somehow to where it'll come out. It has room for you to hit it. A little bit. Almost.
There it is. Oh. There's that.
That's the old gearbox where the plenty of grease on it.
Mm-hmm. Slick.
So this may be spinning slow when we turned it on, but after it goes through this gearbox and goes through that series of gears, this is turning a lot faster.
Through the gears and the pulleys is how, if it was a direct drive from the motor to, let's say, the reel that was spinning, it wouldn't have the power to start up, but once it got started up, it'd be spinning way too fast. Do this to avoid that pulley being seized on there next time.
Yeah, it was a bit tough to get out, wasn't it?
Yeah. We'll go back to where we started. Make sure you put your key in, because that is definitely what's I'll just put a little grease in there too, that way it won't fall out when you try to put your pulley on. And you just line it up. What we're trying to do.
Got that rubber mount.
Yeah.
You need it?
Yeah. What you want to do is get it up on there good. But you also, we're going to position it goes on that motor that far. And you see how this and this isn't lined up? That's why we left our motor loose. So we'll set a set screw in here, which will keep the pulley from sliding back off again.
See if I can get a shot of it.
And then we'll use our motor, see it's got room to move forward and everything. We'll use the motor to line the pulleys back up, and we'll roll the belt on. It's always good to tighten the motor down once you get the belt in line also. Alrighty. Now we're ready for a belt. So I can get it on here. Then just roll. That was easy. Now see, we want the belt to definitely be lined up. Let me know if it needs to come out some more.
It needs to come this way, the motor does. It looks pretty straight.
This was a little tighter area. There we go. That's in reverse. That kind of explains the difference in the pulleys, because you see how slow the motor was turning before. How fast the actual real shaft is spinning.
All right, so that's how you change the motor on our Gorlitz machine. We don't have any affiliation with Gorlitz other than that we buy from them, but we want you to know that we love using their products because they're so easy and you can repair things instead of having to buy a whole new machine. And we've been using these same machines for a long time and we'll continue to use them. So thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing to our channel. We appreciate you and we'll see you on the next one.